Champ, I looked you up on Social Blade. You've exploded this month. What'd you do right?
Got my life in order.
People watch that?
Got your hand fixed?
Sorry?
Probably?
People watch that? No, tell me more.
No, so I did take a break. So I lost my dad a few years ago, and I kind of faked that whole presenting bullshit on YouTube for many, many years. And I just went through the motions, and I was just kind of, I was faking it, and I really wasn't enjoying it. So I took essentially the first half of this year off, which is a really risky move, because to come back to a channel that's got 800 or so thousand, now luckily over 900,000, but to come back to something like that after a big break, it's a really big risk, because people might not watch. And I switched up my content. I was following this trend of those 12, 15-minute videos with multiple ads and trying to do as long form content. But I looked back, I'm like, what made my channel good back in the day on my first run was just doing 6 to 8 minute content. And I feel that's what fits me. I don't burn out from that. I can do it daily, 2 videos a day, if that. And I'm just talking about and like literally sourcing different information about the new consoles coming out. And that's kind of what happened with the PS4 and Xbox One when they were coming out. So it's a good time for me to come back. So I've just focused on all that news. And like, for example, yesterday it was like Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, talking about what they think of the PlayStation and stuff. And that stuff gets views. So I'm just always working now, waking up at a decent time, because I was waking up like 2 p.m. for like years. And I was kind of rushing through content because I wasn't enjoying it, but now I do. So I think people see that I actually enjoy what I'm doing and I'm passionate about it, and it's paying off.
Good for you, man.
Ooh,
that's good. Yeah, I'm just poking through your channel right now.
Yeah, it's very clickbaity. It's very clickbaity for sure, if you look at all my titles and thumbnails. But hey, man, you gotta work the system. You don't make videos to not get views, right?
Yeah, it's a little clickbaity, but that's what you have to do day and end to make sure you make those
$1
dues.
Yeah,
the PS5, I've decided I don't like the way it looks. It's too asymmetrical if you lay it on the side. And most people are going to lay it on the side, and it's not going to look good. It's going to be totally asymmetrical. I don't care for that.
I think the digital console, because there's 2 PS5s. There's a digital and there's the disc-based. It looks better because there's no disc tray or like a slot. So it's uniform and it's symmetrical. So it's just this one slope, but it does look better in black because people have like photoshopped it and stuff, and it looks much better. If you search like PS5 black matte, like matte black, it's a much better looking console.
I think I see in one of your thumbnails, I think you have it placed next to like a PS3 mini or PS3.
Oh, that little white cube. That is the potential Xbox Series S, because they've got
it's the one you did 5 days ago, and it's like a black thin PlayStation, and then the PS5 next to it is outrageously big.
Oh yeah, so the PS5, there's a thumbnail you can see. Maybe it's a guy holding it. Yeah. And it is as big as that Japanese man's torso. It is like this big. It is huge. It's a big console. The reason they did it is because the PlayStation 4 has a lot of heating issues, which means, oh my God, I've gone to heaven again. I will be back in a sec. I'm going to go end up closing the door over there.
That's fine. That's fine. You're good, man. Yeah, even if that Japanese guy's torso, even if that Japanese guy's 5'5", that is an enormous console.
It's going to be half as tall as like a 60-inch television.
Yeah. This thing is huge.
Are either of you
I'll be right back.
Considering getting a console, Woody and Taylor?
No, I'm going to stick with PC. If anything, I'm looking at ways to upgrade my PC. That seems to be the easiest, path of least resistance thing to do with a lot of these games.
Yeah, I don't understand why people still play on consoles, I guess. I mean, it seems like they're so goddamn expensive now when you consider you got to buy a new one every few years anyway.
I bet this PS5 is $500, if not more.
I feel like PC gaming is more expensive than console, and all the arguments made to the contrary ignore a lot of costs. They're like, Pete, it's so much cheaper because all I have to do is upgrade the CPU. Yeah, but do you? Do you? Every time I buy a motherboard with the thought that I'll upgrade the CPU, I end up upgrading the entire thing 2 years later.
Yeah, that's true. I think I wouldn't. I would never try to argue that it's cheaper. But I would try to argue that like your dollar per whatever point of fun is fun units is you're better off with PC because like that console has a top end, right? Everybody's PlayStation 4 is doing the same fucking thing, but like you could with the PC you can always tinker and make it better or worse, and you've got such a huge variety of games you can get with Steam and all the other platforms now. The peripherals really add a lot of cost when you start talking about this headset and monitors and keyboard and mice and all that stuff.
Clown horns.
your clown horns, your slide whistles.
So I think PC gaming's more expensive, and the arguments that people make mostly involve ignoring a bunch of costs. I like PC because of the experience. I like that every game is a click away. Like that kind of works for me. The whole navigation, like we have an Xbox downstairs. The navigation to find the games and shit is kind of bullshit. It's mostly they put up front center easy to find the stores and the shit where you buy things from them.
Yeah, it's not intuitive.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just a boomer at this point, but I'm like, where the fuck are the games again? Buried in something, and how do I work my way around the controllers? Like a mouse and keyboard. A keyboard gives you so many things. Like the game I play lately, Tarkov. There's too much there. You need a keyboard for it. So the flea market, for example, I use the 10 key to determine the prices that I'm trying to sell at. How would you do that efficiently on console, with the joystick? Remember typing a letter to someone? That's outrageous. Okay.
Oh my God. Trying to send a threatening message to someone on Xbox 360 took forever. And by the time you're
halfway through the message,
he's gone.
You stop being mad. Yeah. So yeah, I need whatever 2,600 keys or whatever it is to play Tarkov. It seems like you use almost all of them, and I also like having my games right there next to all my other stuff. I like that I can use my browser for a bit, watch YouTube video, bounce over to my game, kick off the scav case, bounce back to a YouTube video. That's the experience that's worth the extra money to me.
Yeah, for sure.
But then the gaming experience itself is just better. Like the game is going to look better. It's going to play better. The frame rate's higher. The resolution can be higher.
You can give your Skyrim character tits.
You can get all obviously game. Modding isn't completely exclusive to play to the PC, but it is infinitely better on the PC. Everything's better about PC gaming.
Not everything. Cheaters are worse.
I think the
cheaters are a problem on PC.
Was that Champ?
Yeah, it depends on the games you play, though, right? Because not everybody plays competitive shooters. Like for somebody who plays RPGs and stuff, or single player in general, that never even comes. But I
real
see
quick, Champ had something on that. What were you saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like Woody was saying, with the keyboard is such a better thing than the mouse, and it is because a couple of years ago I put 1,000 hours or 900 hours into PUBG on PC, and then my friends on Xbox were like, hey, come play it on here. So I download the game and I'm like, oh no, here we go. I got to use these joysticks to aim, and there's only so many buttons, and it is the clunkiest mess. It was not made well for it. It's clearly a PC game. You have to play it, and that's the beauty of having cross-play now with Warzone, for example. I play on PC. I've got a friend on PS4 and I got a friend on Xbox, and we're all playing together, which is great because I do not want to use a controller. But then the issue comes is do we all have Discord? Because there's no other way to all talk together. And then you've got to wire in all that sound. But I think the biggest advantage consoles have is a couple. I'm definitely pro PC, but consoles you'll get exclusive games, especially on the PlayStation side of things. There's a lot of exclusive story-based games that are really, really good. You got Spider-Man, God of War, Last of Us 2 just came out. It's the biggest game right now. So there's all these really great story-based games that are developed over 5-6 years. And I think that's the beauty of that. And that's what sells a lot of these consoles these days. But then the optimization side of things, I think, is huge because you can build a PC, but you're always going to run into little issues here and there. Sometimes a game won't launch. Like when Apex Legends is the only game on my PC that will not launch. I've reinstalled it, reinstalled the installer, everything.
Weird.
10 times, and for some reason that game just won't work. I don't know what
You're
the
not
deal is.
missing
My
much.
PC
Well,
sucks.
then fuck them. I don't know what that game is.
Yeah, but screw EA games, man. Yeah, so I think when you buy that finished box that's in your living room or wherever it is, and you pay $500 for it, you know what you're getting, and it's only $500 at the end of the day. I think that's a little bit of a bonus.
The Last of Us 2, that's a horror game, right?
It's not necessarily. It kind of is like a post-apocalyptic setting, you know.
Is it good? Because that was one of the. I saw some Twitter thing where it was like that old thing you see where it's like critic score 9.9, user score 2.4, and it's like, okay. Usually I go with the user score. Is it good? Is it shitty? I didn't play Last of Us 1.
I can't play games, so I can't speak on it.
So you know what? Fair enough.
It looked like the PS4 had a 7-year run. I just looked it up. It went from November 2013 to, looks like the new one's rumored for November again. 7 years is a long run. Like, I don't know. Kyle was like, "Hey, you update so often now. Does it even save money?" And I thought, but 7 years? Like, I don't get that from a PC.
So there was a mid-generational console upgrade, actually, with the Xbox did the Xbox One X, and that gave you 4K. And then PlayStation did the PS4 Pro about, I think it was 2016. So 3 years in, they had these. And so some people will have better experiences because of that. So they did it kind of like how phones, and I think that's what they're doing now, is following the phone trend, where you're getting, like, you can choose the more powerful Pro version, or you can choose the lesser option, and they'll upgrade them mid-generations, you know?
Okay. Yeah, I probably, if I was a console gamer, probably would have been one of those guys that upgraded, even though it's a smaller upgrade.
You know, my PC does just fine with letting me pretend to be a cowboy in Red Dead Redemption 2. And that's all I'm looking for here, folks. I'm a simple man just trying to murder people randomly on the open road.
So it looks like Last of Us 1 was loved by everyone. Last of Us 2 is getting a ton of internet hate because some change. I'm not going to spoil Last of Us 2 because I know it's a massive game, and what I'm reading are like the problems that people have are
Do they
story.
fuck it up?
I don't know. I don't play the games, but these people seem to think that they did. Some of the things that they did with the story, with the main characters, people are really, really hating. That's why it's got a 4.1 from users.
Is there anything to do with the LGBT stuff?
That's part of it.
Wait, did they switch the main character?
No, they didn't switch the main character. I can't really go into details, or it'll spoil the main story of the game. But the LGBT thing is a small part of it, but it's more than that for sure.
I guess you
More
can't.
people,
Does somebody die?
I'm not going to go into.
You can't say
what it
that.
is.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Because it's a thing I like. When they kill a main character, when they kill my favorite person, I respect that choice.
What? No.